Welcome to the Chic Women Don't Diet, how to regain your strut without counting calories. Are you ready to look good, feel good, and eat well without dieting or deprivation? Do you want to be summer fit all year round? Do you need to regain your strut and feel confident again? Well, if that's what you want, then you're in the right place. During the next 45 minutes, you're going to discover the secret to dining anywhere, including at home or with colleagues and or clients, and how to know exactly what to eat so you'll never feel deprived again, even during COVID. The hidden triggers behind those unhealthy cravings and emotional habits and how to face them head on. How to unlock the code to your body's specific chemistry so you can effortlessly maintain a chic and healthy body. And my 3330 protocol that women over 40 use to avoid fad diets, calorie counting, or quick fixes that never seem to last. Now, I just want to let you know you're in for a surprise because this is my secret that I'm about to reveal to you. And when you stay until the end, I will share with you how to get your very own personalized version of my #1 secret sauce to kickstart your weight loss sustainably. So I just want to make sure that you're in the right place. But before I move on, I just want to make sure that if you have any open browsers, please close them. And if you're multitasking, please stop. I want to have your full attention during this training. So this training is for you if you're a busy professional or business owner in your 40s or 50s and you are ready to look and feel better without depriving yourself of foods that you love. If you love your work, but the crazy work-life schedule often causes you to maybe skip meals or, just grab what's most convenient. You're a high achiever, which has brought you some success in your professional life, but the demanding schedule has also caused weight gain. And you love to travel, but you struggle to make the right food choices when out of town, even on business trips. And finally, you enjoy food, and you want to be able to eat without feelings of guilt or frustration. And if that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. Because if there's one thing that I'm passionate about, is good food. So my name is Milan Perry, culinary nutrition and wellness coach of 8 years. You see, I transitioned from working in private practice as a holistic health practitioner and an herbalist right here in the city of Chicago into creating delicious meals as a personal chef. I'm board certified by the American Association of Drugless Practitioners, certified in herbalism, and I'm a culinary graduate. But even with those certifications, I just want to add my quick little disclaimer that the statements on this training have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. And if you're pregnant, nursing, taking medication of any kind, or have a medical condition, please, please, please consult your physician before altering your diet. Everyone's lifestyle is different, and you must look at the cause before addressing the solution. Now, committing to the art of living is entirely up to you. So what is the art of living? Well, I believe the joie de vivre is wine and anti-aging, but not necessarily in that order. You see, I've been married for about 25 years plus to the love of my life, and I'm known as a Chic Women Don't diet coach. I'm also the host of the Coming Home to Self retreat right here in Chicago for women over the age of 40. Now, the women who choose to join me on this retreat, they enjoy the finer things in life and they have a goal to be a better version of themselves. The Coming Home to Self retreat, it includes coaching, goal setting, well-being, a cooking class, wine tasting, and an architectural tour. During the retreat, my clients learn to feel confident, improve their self-image, and learn to make healthy food choices without deprivation. Now, this training is not about the retreat. I just want to let you know that. But I did want to include that because I simply love working with women. And as a nutrition and a culinary and wellness coach, I've helped women all over the world look and feel better. Like one of my clients who was able to drop to a size 6 and lose 17 pounds in 10 weeks. So I'll be sharing her story and more from other clients and how she's successfully maintained that size down to this day. And I also want to just share just little bitty fun facts about myself. Now, this is something you might not know about me, but before becoming a culinary nutrition and wellness coach, I used to be a professional commercial print model. And so if you look at the picture of me on the left, that is me during my model days, and I was about in my 30s. And my entire life, it was centered around looking good for the camera and maintaining a slim appearance. Now, the photo that you see of me on the right is one that was taken rather recently as a 50-year-old. Now, from the outside looking in, it might seem as if transition from a model to a woman over the age of 50 while keeping my shape is pretty easy. And you might be thinking, well, Milan, of course it's easy for you. You look great. You used to be a model. That transition alone, I'm sure, was so simple. But I'm going to be honest with you right now. It wasn't always like that. So not that long ago, my life was a total rush of stress. I lived off sugar and caffeine, anything breaded, and basically anything that would give me a quick lift. And I spent 18 years eating like this, just dining out often, grabbing quick meals on the way home, or trying to throw meals together, not really thinking about it, not really making time to prepare food that I knew that I would enjoy from home. And as a result of this stress, my body started to suffer from debilitating migraines, body aches, quality sleep deprivation, hormonal changes. I definitely didn't look or even feel romantic. And of course, weight gain. But living this lifestyle, it caused me to gain around 20 to 30 pounds. I'm serious. And I honestly don't know the exact number because I just avoided the scale. But even without the scale, I could see the change. This was so discouraging for me because I kept seeing myself in the mirror, and then I would compare what I saw the version of me 20 years ago, that slim professional model, and I just knew what I wanted and what I wanted for my life. But, similar to most busy professionals like yourself, I ignored the signs. I kept going through the motions, thinking, oh, no big deal. My husband doesn't care. What is a big deal? And I was building my private practice, and I was caring for others, and I was neglecting myself. Now, the turning point came one day when my grandmother passed away. I remember a few days after that when it finally hit me. The grief just washed over me. What happened was I decided to go into this downtown area of the little spa where I was staying, and I stumbled onto a full luxury spa. And as soon as I walked in, the smell of patchouli, it hit my nose and the music into my ears, and I knew I had lost myself to other things. But I kept my composure. And after making an appointment, going back to the car, a wave of emotion just overwhelmed me. And I knew instantly what was happening. I was sitting in my car crying, and I realized that I hadn't been taking care of myself, even though I knew better. Between the stress of building a business and caring for family, I forgot to care for Milan. And this simple act of making a spa appointment was like a wake-up call. On that day, I apologized to myself for the neglect over the years that led up to that day. And I started giving myself the same level of care I had been giving my clients. And I began to honor my mind, nourish my body, and I committed to the holistic approach to my own wellness. That's when I created the Chic Women Don't diet protocol. Because to be honest with you, the last thing I wanted was the stress of a diet. And many clients, they come to me in that same position, losing weight only to gain it back as a yo-yo dieter, maybe struggling with weight for years, consistently being a tad bit overweight. Sometimes clients come to me not knowing exactly how to say no to requests from people and projects that make demands on your time, leaving you feeling depleted at the end of the day. Unable to wear any of your clothes from last season, even during COVID. And that loss of confidence, it starts to affect other areas of your life. It affects your relationships with your spouse or your significant other. And ultimately, they feel like they've neglected themselves. So when clients come to me, I ask them the same question that I'm about to ask you. How do you want to feel in your skin? And more importantly, why? See, here's the thing. You must have a definitive reason for wanting to be healthier, lose weight, and feel good, period. So what's your reason? What's your reason for wanting to regain your strut? I want you to pause for a minute and really capture the reason for yourself. I want you to capture that essence. Do you have it? Okay, good. So now that you have that reason, that essence, let's move into the very first step of the Chic Women Don't diet protocol, regaining your strut. So step number one, it's about honoring your mind, unearthing the hidden triggers to unhealthy emotional habits and cravings. Now, I want to warn you right now, it's not what you think. The first step in becoming a chic woman who doesn't have to diet is to regain your self-confidence. Also, I like to call it regaining your strut. It's kind of like, when your song plays, that song that causes you to strut, right? But what if you felt that way every day because you finally felt chic and confident in your skin? But here's the problem. There are certain transitions in life that can make you feel less confident and less chic. Many of these transitions are normal phases of life, like going through a divorce or losing a family member, or even taking on a new role at work with more responsibility. Now, these transitions are new for you. Therefore, they move you from your comfort zone. Anytime you feel out of your comfort zone, you may find comfort by falling back on an old habit. And for many women over 40, that means eating comfort foods. Now, how many times have you ever eaten something just because it made you feel safe? But what may feel comfort just causes stress in other areas. For example, when you get dressed, it can be difficult when you look in the mirror and the reflection staring back at you. It makes you feel off balance, right? Or maybe you avoid the mirror altogether, but you know something is not right because your clothes are not fitting you the way they used to. You see other women you admire and you think, wow, I wish I could wear that, but I just can't. Or you used to enjoy shopping for clothes in the store and even online, but now you feel limited in your clothing choices because you have to order it, then send it back. Like the only thing that really fits you, you have to go into larger numbers that's not in your size. And I know you enjoyed shopping. And even though you try to hide the change in shapewear, that really feels like a vice grip, and the flowy tops, the flowy dresses, you can tell that you're not as confident. And so can others. People can tell when you're not confident in your skin. So what gives you that confidence? Taking back your power. There are many factors that influence what makes you give away your power. And use confidence, use food as comfort food. Now, I like to call these triggers, okay? And when you understand these triggers, you can replace them and take back your power. So, what are these triggers? The triggers include flavor, convenience, health, social and emotional influences, demographics, culture and religion, food industry and media, and environmental triggers. Now, I can't get too detailed with them right now because that would make this training very long, but it is something that I explore for each client because the specific triggers are different for everyone. You may be experiencing one or more of these triggers, which really makes it even harder to choose the right ones. Now, I want to tell you right now that it's not your fault. These triggers are common, especially with women over the age of 40. So let's just take one of these triggers, okay? Emotional influences. And let's break this down. So many women are living in a state of chronic stress, and especially during the menopausal years. So this can increase fat around the stomach area. And one of the worst feelings in the world is not being able to wear something from last season. Now, no matter how much you wiggle and suck in your stomach, it just doesn't work. So here's where this trigger comes into play. Your amazingly beautiful body has this built-in mechanism that serves to protect you from harm, and is called the fight or flight hormone. Now, however, when you release what is causing your stress levels and what is causing that mechanism to enact, your physical and emotional issues will diminish without a lot of effort. And the answer to this trigger is self-care. It's so important. Self-care, let me go back for a moment, okay? So self-care is more than getting a manicure and a pedicure. It's about taking care of your mind, your body, and what goes in it, as well as honoring yourself. So now maintaining your peace of mind, it means not allowing physical and emotional factors to get the best of you. And I know as women, it's so easy. But just understanding this one trigger and how it specifically affects you and using it to your advantage can cause your belly fat to shrink. Now, if that happened, don't you think you will feel more confident? Absolutely. And that's exactly what my client Lisa was experiencing when she came to me. Now, I'm going to read to you what she said. Thank you so much for your genuine support and care. Actually, I have been doing great this week. I've been really looking at my portions and I weighed myself this morning. I have lost another pound. However, everything is wonderful, and I'm so grateful that I met you. Your Chic and Healthy Living After 40 program has allowed me to have such a calmness, is that a word? Around food. I have never experienced this lack of anxiety about my weight or my body before. I just know it is happening, and I feel better every day. Yes, Lisa, calmness is a word. Now, taking back your power and learning your specific triggers can change your life. And it all starts with honoring your mind and protecting it from these triggers. When you do this, you will feel a renewed sense of confidence in your image, just like Lisa. I mean, you can hear her confidence. Just listen to the words she uses, like wonderful and calmness, doing great. Do you see how empowering it is when you get that confidence back? I like to call it coming home to self. And it all starts with the decision. Are you ready and committed to regaining your strut? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. Because I'm about to show you how it doesn't have to be this hard. When you know what works for your body, you don't have to count calories, okay? So let's move into step number 2 of the Chic Women Don't diet protocol. Step number 2, unlocking the code to your body's chemistry for weight sustainability. Now, typically when women make a decision to get back that joie de vivre, they start thinking, wait, do I have to start counting calories? Do I have to eat chicken and broccoli? Like what, Milan? Just tell me what I have to do. I understand, because many of my clients express the same concerns that you have. But here's the truth. You don't have to change what you eat. In fact, the old way meant counting calories and eating bland food. And if you're taking notes, I want you to mark a tiny check. And if you've tried any of these old ways, then write it down, okay? Ephedra, gluten-free, hydroxycut, counting points, counting calories, low carb, low fat, protein powder shakes, intermittent fasting, South Beach diet, blood type diet, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, or vitamin B12 shots. And it's okay, if your paper's all marked up with checks, I'm not going to judge you. But you're not alone. Many women try these methods, but they end up right back where they started. Why? Because they are fighting against their body's own chemistry. And I'm sure you've heard as you get older, your body's changing, right? How many times have you heard that that you're getting older, your body's changing? Well, it's not, what this is about. The truth is, you actually don't want to bother with those methods, and you don't want to look at bland chicken and broccoli. Who does? Wouldn't you like to enjoy the food you eat without having to worry about gaining additional weight? And if the way you eat could even help you to lose weight, imagine being able to dine out confidently and empowered, and even at home without the guilt of trying to figure out what's really in your entree. Or having a glass of wine without stressing about your hips. You know the saying, a moment on the hips, forever on the lips? But that's not what life is about. Doesn't that sound depressing? So here's what I and my clients know to be true. You can absolutely eat delicious food and still lose weight without worrying about calories. Now, how do we do it? We use my secret 33-30 method. And I'm going to explain what that looks like in just a minute, okay? So be a little patient, but you don't need a pill, you don't need a scale or some quick powder or some quick, unnatural drinks that you do in the morning. You don't even need a cookbook. Just replace all of this with tuning into your body's natural chemistry. So no more doing unchic things like belching or flatulence. This reduces heartburn, indigestion, irritation of the intestines, which only make you look and feel bloated. Have you ever felt like your stomach feels so hard or tight, and gassy, but you don't know what it is? You know how to properly combine your foods. It creates an atmosphere of ease in your body by not spending your time on the old way. When you replace the old way with the new way, your body will thank you, not only by keeping the weight off, but by having better digestion, boosting your confidence levels, which will make you more attractive in your clothes and allow you to sleep better. Now, my client, Anita Harris, she dropped 6 dress sizes just with this method. And I've got her story here. So she says, I began to experience hip and knee pain at the age of 49. The women in my family have either had or currently need hip and or knee replacement. I refuse to allow this to be my eventuality down this line. Additionally, I was not ready to limit my daily routine due to the pain. My knee pain was the result of a previous injury. And although the orthopedic physician gave surgery as an option, I wanted to explore other alternatives. And I read in a medical journal that losing 10 pounds felt like a 40-pound weight loss to your joints. And this seemed logical to me. The problem was I had tried weight loss programs, but was not successful. I felt that if someone taught me the proper way to eat, that I could attain a 10-pound weight loss indefinitely. Milan Perry taught me proper food combinations, what foods to avoid, how to read and decipher confusing or exaggerated nutrition labels, etc. And I was able to lose 17 pounds, and eventually I went from a size 12 to 14 down to a size 12. And this was as of August 2012, and I'm now comfortably a size 8 down to this day. In addition, my knee and hip pain greatly subsided as a result of the weight loss, and Milan was able to add a physical fitness walking regimen into my program to assist with my overall healthy weight loss goals. I also experienced an unexpected benefit, which is that my eating better resulted in eliminating my symptoms of gastroesophageal reflux disease. I am so thankful to Milan. Now, once again, it all comes down to your specific body chemistry. Everyone's body chemistry is different. So even though I can't share a specific protocol for you, I can at least share the 3330 method, okay? At least not right now. But in just a few minutes, I will share how you can get your own personalized help. Okay. Now, my 3330 protocol, it involves 15 to 30 minutes, 3 hours, and 30 to 1 hours. Now, so let's break that down, okay? So carbohydrates, it is broken down within about 15 to 30 minutes. And that includes your whole grains, your legumes, your brown rice, your vegetables, and your fruit. Now, the thing about carbohydrates is that this food, it travels quickly through the intestinal tract, but it doesn't leave you feeling satisfied. And that means that you're going to typically go back and look for more food. Now, however, protein, it takes a little bit longer to digest. So protein, it's meat, animal meat, typically it tends to leave the stomach within 2 to 3 hours. And meat is fully digested in about 4 to 6 hours. And because of this, the way it digests, it needs a very acidic environment before it's broken down actually into those little bitty amino acids that your body can use. And then it takes 1 to 3 days to completely digest and break down animal protein. So what happens is when you eat protein that's animal-based, it will slowly slow down that process of you feeling hungry again, and the process of fully digesting it takes a few hours. Now, it also helps you so you don't have to worry about trying to grab quick meals and, quick fixes. It's just really a matter of exactly what foods to eat, when you can eat the foods that you love. Because you still feel satiated and full. So that's a great thing. And the final part of the 3330 protocol, it includes 30 minutes to 1 hour for what I like to call vitamin W, water, and wine. And it takes about 30 to 1 hour for water and wine. So what happens is you want to drink water 30 minutes before eating, and then consume water 1 hour after eating. Now here's why, because liquids dilute the stomach acids, and your liver, it can really only process 4 ounces of wine per hour. So what happens is drinking it interferes with your body's ability to break down food properly, and it can cause these issues that we talked about earlier, like bloating, flatulence, and then indigestion. Now with wine, whether it be red is of course always preferred first. Wine, there's white, and then of course your other wines. So we want to use this process, and if you are having wine with food, what I recommend is having a glass and then wait another hour by having the next 4 ounces of wine, because like I said, your liver, it can only process 4 ounces of wine per hour. So that's the 3330 method. And once again, it does come down to your specific body chemistry. But just with this alone, you can make a huge change in your life. But when you know the specifics of your body chemistry, you can create a plan that's perfect for you, okay? Now, at this point, you might be thinking, okay, Milan, I'm convinced that I need to regain my strut, and I'm ready to do that. I'm on board with using your 30-30 method, and I'm willing to find out what my body's specific chemistry needs are. But even if I want to do it, I just don't have the time to cook or prepare food. Look, girlfriend, I get it. I'm not even going to try to convince you to start cooking. You're absolutely right. You don't have time. I'll give you that. After all, you're a busy woman. But what I won't do is allow you to put yourself last. That would not happen. If you change that statement, you know what? Hey, think about this. What would happen if you change that statement to one of power instead of a statement of defeat? So instead of I don't have the time, try I choose to make this, not to make the time. Now you've taken back your power. Remember what I said about regaining your strut? It's all about your confidence. That confidence means that you choose what you will and won't make time for. Now, that brings us to step number 3 of the Chic Women Don't diet protocol. Step number 3, the holistic soul. Confront, remove, reshape, and recalibrate healthy principles by committing to the outcome on a deeper level. I remember speaking with a client who decided to invest in my private chef services. And for her, it felt more like a luxury. Now, it wasn't that, the services would put a significant strain on her finances. I mean, like many of you watching this, training right now, like you, she had the resources, but she still felt hesitant. I remember her saying, I never do anything like this for myself. I've never spent this much on myself. And even though she said that, she did it because she was committed to the outcome. She knew that the investment she was making was not just financial, but it was a declaration to herself that she was worth it. Wellness is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. Every time you give away your power by saying, I can't do that, or I won't have time, you're pushing that goal that you have further and further away. But even worse, deep down, you're injuring your soul by telling yourself that you're not really worth it. But you are. You are so worth it. I believe in you. And when you commit on a deeper level and choose to live the way you know you must, it affects everything else in your life. You won't have to worry about twisting to a certain angle in pictures or avoiding pictures altogether, or even using an old picture of you on your social media channels or your LinkedIn profile or your business profile. You'll never have to say, I can't eat that. Instead, you'll know how to make this a lifestyle that works for you. You'll have more energy and you'll be able to walk and explore without getting out of breath. Even with your grandkids, you can wear a classy outfit and feel confident that you look good. Ultimately, you'll be able to regain your strut, but you've got to commit. So now you have a choice. You can choose to commit to yourself on a deeper level and get back your confidence, or you can keep avoiding the mirror. But let's get real. You've already made the decision to regain your strut and do what works for your body. Now, this decision is simply, am I going to do it now, or am I going to wait? When my clients are ready to let their walkway become their runway and regain their strut, they realize that they can't wait another day. And here's why. The only moment you are ever guaranteed is this moment right now. And that fact became very real to me when I lost my grandmother, because I knew I couldn't wait another moment. I couldn't keep putting myself last and expecting my body to take care of me. At any moment, I would be overcome by the health issues that had taken another family member. And so I knew I had to take action right away. So right now, I'd like to help you do the same. Your action step is simple. Join me in a Chic Women Don't Diet makeover call. So I'm opening my calendar over the next 48 hours to speak to you. And on this call, we will discuss your personal triggers and I will share my secret sauce to kickstart your weight loss sustainably. We will see where you are now and where is it you want to go. And if it makes sense, and I'm 100% confident that I can help you achieve your wellness goals, then I'll invite you to work with me. But either way, you know exactly what your personal triggers are and what to do next. Now, this is not for you if you're not 100% committed to making a lasting change. So once again, you must have a definitive reason for wanting to be healthier, lose weight, and feel good, period. Okay? To secure your time, just click the link that is below this video or go to the link at sonaturalwellness.com/schedule-an appointment. Now, one of the things I hear a lot from our makeover call is that the women I talk to don't feel like being sociable when they're not comfortable in their body. They really don't feel like showing up on Zoom calls either. Because they have tried everything in the past, they are at a point of feeling stuck with the size they are now. They aren't sure what to eat, what not to eat when dining out, or how to take all of the information, advice, strategies, and tools about living a healthy life to make being healthy and well work for them. They know they want to enjoy the foods they love, not struggle with getting in clothes when going to a chic event, and experience an incredible life, but they don't know where to start. I get it. And often they're just plain stuck. And it can all feel so big and overwhelming and an emotional drain to your health. I get it. But the way out of feeling stuck emotionally is clarity. When you are clear about what your triggers are and what your body is telling you, you feel empowered. That's exactly how Tricia felt after her makeover call with me. So here's what she said. The session with Milan was very thorough, informative, and educational. It was as if my body was telling me what I needed. Sometimes our bodies speak to us in subtle ways and other times in obvious ways. So there's a wealth of nutrition information available to improve your health. But for once, I felt like I was not just hearing what my body needs as an individual are, but given a way to actively listen to the unique body and how to nutrition communicate better with my body. Milan provided a helpful action plan that I can implement immediately to balance my body nutritionally. It was a wonderful experience. My advice, your nutritional health is consequential. Don't let you and your body's nutritional communication strategy get lost in translation. Now it's your turn. To secure your time, all you have to do is just click that link below this video or go to Chic Women Don't Diet. And on that call, once again, we're going to discuss your specific triggers, see where you are, where you want to be, and we'll set a plan into place for you. And if it makes sense for us to work together, I'll be sure to give you that information. But if not, you at least know what you can do today to jumpstart your weight loss, right? So that's what I have for you today. And if you have any further questions, then all you have to do is just click on the link and hop on a call with me. Thanks for coming, and I'll be speaking to you very soon.